The following video will be the assembly process for my dice tower. The plans will include this design with the cobblestones and the crest with the dragon and the cobblestone tray. And I'll go over the assembly process on this dice tower, and I'll also include with the purchase a plain version of the dice tower so that you can sublimate the dice tower with your own designs like I do on these. Okay, so we've got all our pieces to our dice tower laid out, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with the bottom and one side. And I use CA glue for this. So we're going to, and what I'll probably do is once I get gluing, I'll speed it up in the parts where I'm not explaining the installation, just so you can see it but don't have to watch it in real time. Coming out, there we go. All right, so and I've got these towers that I've had for about a year now that are holding up really nice this way. Okay, this is our first section right here. We're gonna, oh, hang on, missed this one. You want to make sure you get all the tabs. That way you know she's going to hold up. And then once you get this part right where you want it, you can spray it with some activator. Okay, so there's our first section. So this is the back and the side, and this will be the other side. So the first thing we want to do is we want to set, and on these I do a mixture of wood glue and CA glue just to save a little bit of money on CA glue because wood glue is a lot cheaper. So I just put enough CA glue to hold it in place. Once I get it pumping again, and I just put a little dot in each corner. Smear the excess wood glue around. And set that one. And then our next side gets glued on. Come on. And you could assemble these with wood glue if you wanted, or you can do it however you want. So there's our second side. We're gonna just give that a squirt. Push that in tight. You just want to make sure they're all pushed in tight so all your seams are nice and tight with no gaps. Okay, so here's our next section. So now we want to take our other ramp and we want to put some glue on that. I spend more time waiting for the CA glue to come out than anything else some days. Okay. That is the support set for the bottom ramp. Now, this is our bottom ramp. And it doesn't have to be glued, but I put a little bit of glue on it just so it doesn't rattle. And actually, I could probably just do that with a little bit of wood glue. And that's our bottom ramp. All right, now once we've got the bottom ramp in, we're going to glue our side on. And you don't want to get carried away and glue both sides on because you got to set one of the ramps before the side is glued. When it starts coming out poorly, clip the end. It's a nice thing about these tubes is they work pretty well. All right, so we get our first side set. Once you get your first side set, you're going to want to set this ramp into it. All right. All right, some reason we've got an issue here. Why is this one not going in here? All right, there we go. Never had it going quite that tight. Okay, once you get that ramp in, then you want to glue up this side. Keep a paper towel handy, wipe your fingers off on, helps. You want to make sure you put the CA glue across the top because you really want that and the front to be solid. So now once we've got this, slide that onto that ramp like that. And push this down to the lower ramp just like that. And then you just put a little dab of glue on this. And slide it in like that. Make sure your sides are lined up nice. Push everything in. And then once you get it all set, you can give a little squirt of the activator to make sure that's all solid. There. Then we're ready to put our front on. And that's just going to be more CA glue. Alright, and I just put that across the top a little early, but we're putting the top on next anyway, so it's okay. So might as well get all of this. You want to make sure your front is glued real well because that's the part that's probably going to get pulled on and everything else. Okay, so once we set that in like that, we can You want to be careful if you got CA glue on your fingers, it'll mark up your piece. So right now I'm doing that and things are sticking. So I'm a little more cautious than I am. Okay, now we got this in, we can put our top on. And there's our top. So this is our Autumn Leaves Cityscape dice tower. So the tray is real simple. Basically, you just want to make sure your design is facing out and glue it up. That's it.